Hello, today we're doing grid drawing packet number 2, and on the front page you'll notice that it has cats, dogs, and a fish tank. What you're going to do is draw them on the next piece of paper. So you will notice on this it has the columns and rows numbered, but you need to do the numbering on the next page that is for each one. So the cat will be here, the next cat, number 2, will be here, then the next page it has the other placements and it will be numbered which one needs to be on which. You are to be using pencil and eraser. I'm just using ink pen so it shows up easier for you to see. And on that, I'm going to number across 9 and then up 12. So I'm going to start down here at the bottom and I'm going to number. Once again, I'm going across 9. And why I'm numbering is because I need to make sure all of my squares are in placement instead of just guessing which one it is. Then I'm going to notice that there is a line skipped right here. And then there's also one that skipped right here on this one. So one is going to be not here. One will be up above that. So you need to pay attention to where our numbers are being placed on our grids also. And if you number more, like this says 12, you can go 13, that's fine. So what I would like to do is I'm just going to start finding where these spots are, and I'm just going to put the dots on them. And I'll move this behind here just so I'm blocking the other picture out of my way. What I also like doing is using the Post-it notes to help block sections if I need to, especially since this is larger paper. I could be using the Post-it notes again to block something, and I could use a smaller Post-it note on this to block sections if I needed to. So to get started, let's look at where this dot is, and it looks like it's between my 2 and my 3. And then I need to remember I skipped a line, so all this, and I'm just going to shade it in with my pencil, just so I know not to draw right there, or to draw right here. And these are our practice packets, so we can mark on these to do helpful things like this. So once again, it's between the 2 and 3, and it's on the 1 right there. So I'm just going to make a dot. I'm also going to count 1, 2. So it looks like it's going to go up 2, but what I'm also going to do is see the placement. So it's at the edge here and going up. So at the edge and going up to where it's the 2 and 3. Now I'm just going to connect those dots. This goes up 1, 2. So if I look, it's between the 4 and 5. So between the 4 and 5 on that same spot that this other dot was. So now I'm going to connect that. This one is a little bit different, as we notice. It's only one diagonal line, but what I would also like to do is just make a dot there so I know where it needs to be. So if I look at this, it's coming down and it's between the 1 and 2 this time. So between 1 and 2 and between the 5 and 6. So I need to go up to this spot, make the dot, and make my little diagonal line. This one is on the same spot, so I'm going to make a dot over 1, and just to make sure it's between the 2 and 3. Between the 2 and 3, I need to make a dot right there, and then connect. Now I have a diagonal line back down, so between the 4 and 5, between 4 and 5, but if I look, where's this need to go? Between the 1 and 2, so between 1 and 2. Make my little dot and connect it. It goes back down 2, between the 2 and 3, and make my line. Now this one from here to here is what I need to do here. So I'm already here. I need to go to this spot. So it looks like it's between the 2 and 3, and it's between the 1 and 2. So I'm going to make my dot between the 2 and 3, and then there. See, this is why you need to make sure you use ink pen, because I almost messed up. Or use my Post-it notes would also help me block some areas out. So I could do that right now. So I'm right back here. So on line 1 and 2, I'm going to go over 1, make sure it's on the 3 and 4, and make my dot. And then I could move my Post-it notes out of the way to see where I need to go next. So I'm going to go up another line, then diagonal between there, up 2. So between here and here I need a diagonal. That looks like it's on right here, so I'm going to have it between the 6 and 7, between 6 and 7, and it needs to go on the 4 and 5, so it's right here, and it goes between the 6 and 7 on the 5, 6 to make my line. If we wanted, we could just go 2 over now, so I'm going to go from here to here, and that looks like it's on the 7, 8. So 7, 8. What I'm going to look here is between the 6 and 7, and it goes to the 3, 4. So this is making the legs for the cat. And then from this point, notice I have a little bit of a leg there, so that's between the 7 and 8. And then it curves all the way over. It's not a diagonal line this time, it's a curve to this point. So now I have a leg for my cat. I need to do the same thing on this side. So I'm going to look at where this is. It's on the 2 and between the 5, 6. So I need to make a dot there and dot there. We could go ahead and see this needs to be finished. So this way we know where this spot is. Between the 4 and the 5. And then I'm going to curve it right there. Also, notice from here to here has a line, and that helps show the back leg and the cat's tail. Now we still have this to work on, so we're back at this point. Notice the placement, it's a diagonal line, and then it goes up 2, and a diagonal line, and it goes up 2. So now we have the cat body. We just need to move on to its face. So if you want to work each little square up, you can with your Post-it note, that's fine. So we have the neck. So from the neck, it's right here, and we're going to go up to here. So that's between 7, 8 and the 4, 5. So 4, 5, 7, 8 is right here. Make my dot and connect my line. Now I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 up, 1, 2, 3, and just make sure it's the 10 and 11, 10 and 11. I'm going to go to the other side. So now I have this line I need to do, which is a diagonal line. Starting here, I need to go to right here, which is the 8, 9, and the 7, 8. And go up 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So I have the shape of the cat's head, but now I need to draw this part in. So I'm going to see it is on the 8, 9. So there's 8, 9. I'm going to make my dot. It goes up a diagonal, and then it goes across 1, 2, and then back down. So I have that started. His ears look kind of funny, or hers. Now what we need to do is we see that they're triangle shapes. So we can count where they need to go. Once again, it's going to be touching on the 9, 10. So there's 9, 10. And it would be this point right here. So I'm going to make a line. What I can also see is it's still going downwards 1 square diagonal. So it's going to here. And if I look, this point and this point are touching. So from here to here, we could just draw a line that. And we have our cat started. But it's not complete. What we still need to do is look at where the placement of the eyes are. It's not touching an edge of a grid on the top, but it is on the sides. And just fill the eyes in. He has, or she has, a little tiny nose that's right here. It's almost a triangle shape with a little bit of a curve. And then it goes a line down to help establish the mouth. Notice it doesn't touch all the way here. And then it has a little tiny curve and a little tiny curve. Is this complete? No, it's not. It still has whiskers. So I'm going to see where they're touching, and they start about right here. And it goes out, the top one more square. So it's going to go all the way out here. So I need to connect it going through here. So there's 1 whisker. The next one's down below just a little bit. So there's whisker 2, and it's not touching the very edge. It's going to go out like that. And then we have number 3. Then we need to do the same here. Notice where it starts. It's on the 5, 6. Right here. It's going to go over 1. So there's over 1. Then we have this one right here, and then the next one. And so now we have completed our cat grid. Then you will draw number 2 down here, which draw the full grid out for that one. Then you will have the little puppies here. You will turn that and draw them on this one and this one. Still remember to make your number grid out like what we had done on the cat here. Then we have the fishbowl right here. It is numbered also. You will be doing it on this one that's labeled fish at the top of it. But what I also did for this one, because it is full of a lot of squares, is that you can number on the top of your grid, and it's going to be the same numbers that are here. And then you could also number on this side, so you're not having to look at this side all the time when you're right here. So what I would do is just number them the same. And for something large like this, I would maybe use our Post-it notes again to help cover areas up. So I could be just working up as I go. And when I number it on the others, I would also be using grids that are numbered and Post-it notes. Then for the last set of pages that you have, we have where it's these simple drawings here, where it's showing you step by step, but don't draw it on this page. What you need to do is go to the next page. And number 1 is the ant. If you look at this one, number 2 would be the strawberry. Then you have a fish, a little baseball. This one, it's hard to see just a little bit, but it is a shoe. It doesn't look the most comfortable shoe, but we're just looking at things in simple shapes. Then we have what would be, say, a flag, because there is this right here that you would be doing. Then we have a fish. Maybe it's an angelfish by the way it looks. Then we have a very simple carrot. The one thing that people seem to get wrong is just these little lines that show in the green part of the carrot. So pay attention. Notice this is a 1 full square, and then right here, it's in the center of this one. And then at the very bottom, we have this little turtle guy here. So what I would do for each one is still number them. So I'm going to count just 1, 2, 3, 4. So I know I need to start 1, 2, 3, 4. and then it is 1, 2, 3 tall. So what I would be doing is going over to this, and I'll put these two next to each other so I can see, and then number this 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and then I would draw my little ant guy. Thank you for watching.